Hey guys, it's Vicky, and today I'm here to share with you my reading plans for the month of November. 2020 is coming to a close, thank goodness. And November should be a pretty good month for me. So for those of you that don't know, November is, for me, Nonfiction November. And this is a month-long readathon that takes place the whole month of November. And it's hosted by Olive over at A Book Olive. And basically the whole premise is to just read nonfiction. If you don't read nonfiction normally, read like one nonfiction book and you've completed Nonfiction November. So me, I typically read like one nonfiction book a month, so I'm upping it a little bit. And she does also have on her announcement video, which I'll link below, there are some prompts that you can do if that's like something that you'd be interested in doing. But I normally just kind of want to read the nonfiction that I want to read. And so I'm not going by the prompts, but yeah. So I have a couple of nonfiction books on my TBR, and then I have some that I'm also going to be reading to complete my Fall Into Reading Challenge bingo board, because I'm trying my best to fill that baby up. So first I'll go ahead and talk about the nonfiction books that I'm planning to read this month. The first one is The Radium Girls by Kate Moore. I'm going to be reading this on my Kindle, and I'm also going to be buddy reading this with a subscriber, Jamie. She reached out to me when I mentioned this in my 5-star prediction video that she would like to read it with me, so we're going to read it together. And yeah, it's a 5-star prediction for me, so I'm super excited about it. But it is about these group of women who, back when radium was first discovered as an element, it was this kind of miracle element, and it was used in all sorts of things, one of which was it was used in watches. And the book is about this group of women who worked in those factories making these watches, and how they started to get really sick because, as we now know, radium is poison, basically. It's basically about their fight for people to recognize the danger that they're putting themselves in their workplace and their rights as workers. And yeah, I've heard it's very good. And I know that there is, I think it's a movie or is it a mini series, I'm not sure, on Amazon Prime Video that I do want to watch, but I want to read the book first. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be a very interesting read, and obviously I think it's going to be 5 stars, so let's hope so. My next nonfiction pick is All That Remains, a renowned forensic scientist on death, mortality, and solving crimes by Sue Black. So this is a part memoir book about this woman, Sue Black, who is a forensic scientist who has done all sorts of things in terms of being at crime scenes and places where mass deaths have occurred. You know, she's done all sorts of things. And so this book kind of talks about her experiences in her job and how her job has kind of shown her the ways in which humans are, just human nature in general. So this sounds really interesting. This was one that I would have probably liked to read in October, but it just didn't happen. So I'm gonna read it in November. And then my last nonfiction pick is one I'm really excited about because this woman has an Instagram page, and I absolutely love her over on Instagram. Her Instagram is called Busy Toddler. Her name is Susie, and she just is a fantastic woman, honestly. She does all sorts of things about just parenting and different things to, you know, different activities and things to do with your kids, and she just seems like a really awesome person. So she wrote a book that just came out in September, and I immediately bought it because I really wanted to support her, and I honestly really want to read up on, you know, more about her kind of methods of parenting, because I really have learned a lot from her. So this book is called Busy Toddler's Guide to Actual Parenting, from their first no to their first day of school and everything in between. So yeah, it seems like it's going to be a really fun book. She has a great sense of humor and just approaches things in a really positive way, and there's lots of pictures and again, lots of activities and things, and I'm just really excited about it. Alright, so then the rest of my TBR is books that I want to read to complete my Fall Into Reading Challenge. So one that I have to one piece of the bingo board I have to fill in is contemporary. So I'm going to be reading Gun Love by Jennifer Clement. And this is a obviously contemporary book about a young girl and her mom who live in Florida. And they are living in their car near this trailer park. And it sort of is about their experience with the people within the trailer park and how they kind of have this kind of like close-knit little community, but it also touches on guns because something happens. I think some sort of event with a firearm happens, and it sort of rocks this girl's world. And so the book itself, one of the main themes is Americans' relationship, obsession, whatever you want to call it, with firearms, and I would just find that to be very interesting. Also, the trailer park aspect has me very curious because I grew up in a trailer park, so it's kind of a buzzword for me. I really want to, you know, I am really interested to see how that all pans out as well. So yes, I'm very excited about this one. The other prompt I have to fill for my bingo board is a mystery. So I'm going to be giving Ruth Ware a try for the first time. I know, I have not read a Ruth Ware book. Who am I? What am I doing? But I decided I'm going to read In a Dark, Dark Wood. And this is one of those authors that I am a little bit nervous about because I know people either like love her books or hate her books. So I don't know where I'm gonna fall, honestly. And I've heard that her books are definitely more mysteries than thrillers. So that's why I decided to use this one for the prompt. And this is about a woman who goes and stays in this glass house in the woods with, I believe, some old friends that maybe she has been a little bit estranged from for a while. And something happens over that weekend, and 2 days later this woman wakes up and she doesn't really know what happened except that one of those people are dead. And so she's trying to piece together what happened and what her role or involvement was in that death. So it sounds good, mysterious, and all that good stuff. So I hope I like it. The next prompt I'm going to be filling is for historical fiction, and I'm going to be reading As Bright as Heaven by Susan Meisner. I'm so excited for this one because this is a historical fiction about the 1918 flu pandemic, and specifically the characters, the family that we follow in this book live in Philadelphia, which was hit especially hard during that pandemic. And just basically it's about their experience and how they got through that horrible, horrible time. So obviously this book is going to hit home in a different way than maybe a year ago if I would have read it a year ago, because, you know, we are living in a pandemic right now. So I really feel like this is going to have a whole different meaning for me as a reader. So I am looking forward to it, and I've heard that it's really good. And the next prompt that I have to fill to get my bingo board full is for sci-fi. And you guys know I am not a sci-fi reader. Sci-fi is just really tough for me. But I've had this particular series on my TBR for a long time, and I've heard amazing things about it. And it has sci-fi elements, so I'm gonna count it and I'm gonna give it a shot. And I am really looking forward to it, and that is Saga. This is volume 1, and this whole series is about two people that are different. I believe they're different species. I don't know if they live on different planets or, you know, whatnot, but they're basically on the opposite sides of this intergalactic war that's going on, and they fall in love and get pregnant. And so they are basically on the run, I think, and trying to, you know, survive and have their baby and just be happy because they're in love with each other. So I've heard this is such a good series, and I'm excited for it. I am so excited for it. Okay, so the only prompt that I don't have anything set for yet that I'm still deciding on is published in 2020. So I have options there. There's a lot of options. And so I'm not like overly concerned about, you know, finding a book to fill that prompt, but I'm still deciding what book I want to do for that. So if I complete those, I will have all of the challenges done for my bingo board. So I'm super excited. Wish me luck. I hope I can do it. And yeah, let me know down below what you're planning to read in the month of November. Are you taking part in Nonfiction November? Please let me know what you're planning to read for that. And yeah, that's all I have for today, guys. I hope that November treats you well, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.